I've already announced the 20.
Maybe that's why I think this one is it's definitely my stack as well, so
here we go, welcome back after the dinner break. 60 minutes, they've all been watered, they have all been fed. Upstairs in the gallery restaurants, and now everybody is back with us. Snowy's in the building. I don't know if he's playing the tournament, but I've seen him around the building. Snowy, I don't know if he's bought in though, not sure. I don't know if he's in the main event. Try and find out from you. But I have seen Snowy in the building. I thought he'd won a seat, Snowy. In fact, he had, hadn't he? Snowy definitely won a seat. Because he told me earlier in the week it was his first time he'd ever won a satellite here in Blackpool. After about 8 years of training. So 153, alright. Fraser McIntyre sitting down at the feature. Fraser Mac sat at the feature table. You can see Chris Cunliffe, Sean Bidoff.
10-year-olds because it doesn't.
Just play until we go. Carry on until we go.
The entrance, mate.
It's that with that, boys. Okay, is that how you do it? Okay.
Yeah. So Ben Maraged is also on the table. Still no JR Wood. I'm hoping he's sleeping. He was in the walking centre for about 3 hours. They said go home. No, they meant literally like go home. So we'll see what happens with the ill sidekick over the next couple of days. Sean Biddulph winning himself a seat in one of the local satellites. Fraser Mack. Win and take.
Easy game.
Easy game. Sat beside of me, Mr. Michael Clark, Bolton GUKPT winner back in 2000 and when? 13?
Long time ago.
14?
13.
13 it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, long time ago.
You satellited him.
Did.
Well done.
Didn't do very well
Unfortunately,
today.
you sat with me.
No, yep. Unfortunately, yes.
No good. Couple of big hands that did you win?
No, I don't know what happened today. Didn't play well, didn't play great. It's what happens when you don't play enough, I guess.
Yeah, you can certainly get out of the loop a little bit.
Yeah. I've been playing really well the last couple of weeks in the satellites. And,
So you must be playing well in satellites to get yourself
yeah,
seat.
the odd games. Got very deep in every satellite I played. Got into the main event, and then that's where you need to run good, and
It is.
when you don't run great and don't play very great, it's not a good mix.
Yeah, he did. Snowy did win himself a seat in one of the satellites. I'm not sure if he's in the building. Well, he is in the building.
Yeah, he's just come in.
So he's going to be sat down playing very shortly.
Yeah.
Jamie Nixon, Mark Wackrell and Katie Swift. Well, Katie Swift's still in because she was on the last feature table. Jamie Nixon's name was on the exit list earlier, on the bus down list. Whether he's re-entered or
He's
not,
still in the building, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing he'll...
won't surprise me if he flicked it back in again. So we'll try and catch up with those.
About
But
50.
for our feature table,
About 50.
Nice.
Ron is quite active in seat number 5. Ben is one of the top 6 players in the National League that's fighting for points for the diamond packages.
Oh.
Up a 10 to ace. Check call by Ben. 8 of spades on the turn.
Always got the ace of spades as well.
Not a bad redraw for Ron. With the ace of spades. Is that it? No, the 4 of diamonds.
$1,500. Call. 15 call.
1,500 and a call from Ben. Ron calls the 2K. The jack plays for Ben in seat number 7, trying to get the points to cement the National League top 5 spot. 6 players within touching distance. Can't be any more players getting in the top 6, but there's only 5 packages.
Yeah, it's a hard river card there. So I think he has to value bet, but then also, what's he going to get called off?
Well, called by the ace. Ron with the worst kicker. Good afternoon, one and all. Watching on Facebook, the GUKPT website, YouTube, and on Twitch as well. If you want to check the exact numbers and updates, The Poker Live app is up and running now, and down at the bottom on the Poker Live app you can watch the live stream.
Great quality on it, isn't it?
Yeah, the Twitch just seems to be a little bit fresher, doesn't it? And then the YouTube pick is exactly the same. And obviously on the YouTube you can re-watch it once you've been on. Fancy sitting back and watching.
My old favourite and 10 cent raises.
I wonder
800.
why. Is that your name online?
Michael Clark it is now.
Is it?
Yeah, on Grosvenor Poker.
It must be 10-7 split.
Used to be. Most sites it is, but in Grosvenor it isn't. Raise of 8, call.
3 bet to
bet,
Chris
28.
Checker Diamonds. Is that Boz?
No,
it is.
no. It is Boz on
No,
the
Boz
table,
in seat number 3.
yeah, it wasn't Boz.
Oi, oi.
Nice pickup by Chris there.
Was playing a lot online, Boz, which meant he missed the last couple of events. The passport winner from last year will be down in London as well for the grand final. £2,650 grand final main event. It's a big buy-in, but it's a $500,000 guarantee. And we'll bring out the best of the best. So if you're not playing too much, are you going to get back into it? Get back on this felt and start winning again?
I hope so. It's just it takes a lot of time. I've done it, and I don't want to come into a game and not fully focus.
No.
So I've stopped playing a lot live because you got to dedicate a full day, or if it's a 2-day tournament, you full weekend. So it's pretty hard. But hopefully in the next few months it'll change. I'm gonna play a bit more in the local casino, and then they've got a new schedule in Blackpool. So
We have starting straight after the GUKPT. There's something special. So the Christmas crackers on its way as well.
and they got the what is it called, the big one, £100, 20 grand guarantee. So I might play them. Always come out when it's tournaments in Blackpool.
Yeah. So does everybody else. The numbers are incredible. We're very close to the 300,000 mark.
I was hoping I had a few more locals on my table today.
The prize pool,
Makes me feel a bit more comfortable.
yes. 216 so far for day 1A. We need 220, day 1B, sorry. We need 220 to hit the 300,000 mark. And in 4 players' time, we will hit £300,000. Nice.
I've got 316 in the competition.
Oh, on the in the Facebook competition.
Yeah, that's gonna get beat now, isn't it?
Yes, there'll be between 6 and 10 buy-ins tomorrow.
Yeah, I know Dan, who won it a couple of years ago, said he's gonna try and play buy-in today too. So
Yep, Dan Corbett buying today too with 16 big blinds.
yeah,
A little bit different from a deep stack, then you only get 8 bigs.
yeah, he's said he's got a new puppy, so
No,
taking up his attention at the minute.
That's 1600.
Right one. No, I've got one in pocket. Nice. Get money's worth.
so a set of 5s on the flop for Kim, sat in seat number 2. Not sure, well,
It's 35.
yeah, check raise.
Do you want a drink?
No, I'm alright with it at the minute, thank you very much. Yeah, just had 2 or 3. So Christy Fletcher at the break, she says I need to be a bit more aggressive. People are starting to realise how I play. It's tough. Paula and Christy both playing the biggest event of the year in Blackpool. Christy won Paula won, I think it might have been Christy, won a grand final package online, and for Paula's birthday, I think Christy wanted to buy her into Blackpool, so the team did ever so well to split the money and get her into Blackpool, so they're both playing the main event. How are we doing, Ian? Mr. Ian Fieldhouse, watching on Facebook, on the Facebook live page. How are we doing, Ian? Get Rutter on the table. I've not seen Stu, or Tom for that matter. I've not seen Stuart wandering around. I'm not even sure if he's in the building. I've not seen him, I've not heard his voice, so I don't know if he is. There's 3 big cash tables running. There's a 2-5. I think it's a 2-2 Omaha or a 2-5. It goes 2-2, 5, 10, 20. If you want to play Omaha, this is the place this week. Perk 17 says how many entries? 216 at the moment, bringing the total to 296, and obviously £296,000 in the prize pool.
Race to 700.
So very, very close to the magical 300,000 mark, which was never, I didn't think was never an issue. Especially players chasing the National League points, wherever they are in the standings.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be massive this week. Yeah, there's a lot of locals that won seats as well. And I thought there'd be a lot more players yesterday.
Yeah,
It's usually a local day, isn't it?
80 was relatively small, to be fair, but you end up with 220 on day 2, or day flight B. And it just shows when they all turn up these days. 304 it was last year, so the number will get beaten. Stu is there, says Ian. Okay, well, I've not seen Stu Rutter, I must admit. Not seen him. Just went upstairs and chilled out for half an hour when we were on the break, so I must have missed him. Has last year's winner entered this year? No, Yanis Lipperish, yes. But Yanis only bagged up something like 17,000. Yeah. He bagged up 17,000 from yesterday.
He's giving everyone a chance, he says.
17,000 from last year's champ, but we know he has the game, get himself a double up and back up to 30 bigs, then anything could happen. So 216 so far. Don't forget the Grosvenor Poker Live app has all the updates you can want from every Grosvenor casino around the country. If you've got it on your phone as an app, it'll tell you exactly how many runners are left, how many runners there's been, what the prize pool is.
That's 3,300.
This makes it 3.3. Yeah, balling. And it's good.
I don't like that though. Called 2 streets with pocket 2s and then
Fold
just gives up on the river. Especially when it didn't come much on the river. No straights. Good pop for Chris though. Good table, isn't it?
It's a very good table. Players chasing the National League points, last year's passport winner, EPT runner-up.
CPT runner-up.
Fraser. Fraser Mack. Can't you see one?
Oh, I didn't see him now.
How's Weebrick doing at the break? Did he play?
He's not played, he's tired, so
Well, he's been here every day.
yeah.
700.
He said it was too long for him to play a 3-day tournament. It's understandable.
Yeah, 10 years ago since he won it.
No, 11 years ago.
2009, wasn't it? 2008.
8, yeah.
2008. Wow.
Long time ago.
11 years ago. Brian Clark. Still got half of it in the bank as well. Yeah. Brian Clark, local winner here in Blackpool. The crowd went wild.
It'd be good if a local player gets the final and wins it again. Been a few got close, but
Yeah, the Colonel 2 or 3 years ago was one of them. Vinnie Russen, another. Chopped it 4 ways.
got Reese.
Yeah, done it. We will let you know when we hit the 300 mark. Then raising it up, makes it 700 with Ace King under the gun.
Good.
So 3-way action. Race to 7 from Ben, called in 2 spots. Top for Ben. King 5-7 flop.
You just wanted the jack out there, didn't you?
It would have been nice.
King jack.
But this bet will probably do it.
1100. Plus 11. Plus.
Yep. Takes it down.
So 40,000 is big stack on our table. Double your starting stack. Level number 5 of the day, 153 for the big blind ante. We play 10 levels of poker. The last level is 500 and 1,000, which will be from 11:30 to around about 12:30. Gary Clark says, can we check if John Mercer is still in? We will try and find out where John Mercer is sat.
Yeah, go on. I'll go on the front.
John Mercer. Has Booney entered? Do you know what? I don't actually know. And I know I'm saying I don't know, and I really should, but we're commentating, if you know the casino in Blackpool, we're commentating in the cash area, next to the pit, near the ramp at the back. And we've got screens all the way around trying to block some of the noise from the cash tables. And I actually don't know, and I've not wandered around the card room, because obviously Jay's not in the building today because he's poorly. I've not been able to get in the card room. Not once. So I will try and have a wander around at my next break when the guys are playing their game, and I'll try and find everybody and see how I spot. But obviously with Jay being off on the old sick bed, then I can't move. We need to have a find out. But I heard Booney was coming up just for the main event. He wanted to come up and play the mini, but he couldn't do both. So I heard he was coming up to play the main event. So I do need to have a wander around. But apologies for not knowing where people are. But we do need to find out. You don't realise when you go a psychic as good as Jay how much you actually miss him when he's ill. You can't go off at tangents and have a wander around and see who's doing what and just nip out for 5 minutes and do things like that. Very strange. But if we do find out, I'll let you know. I know Mikey has gone out to see if we can find out where John Mercer is. The Restacker, who is on the top 5 leaderboard, is playing. He's got 25,000. Ludo is also playing. He turned up last night. He's got 22. Christie's on 11. The Mad Turk's in the building as well. Usul Eminoglu. The Mad Turk is in the building. So Queen Eye flop, Ben checks into 7. Waiting for the aggressor to bet, but Kevin hasn't.
Bet for 3,000.
4 of clubs on the turn, and a bet of 3,000 from Ben. Bidolph gets out of the way. Kevin will do the same, and it should be the end of the hand. Top pair on the flop for Ben is good. So Spuddy at the dinner break, he said, what a fun table that was. And then he asked about the hand with Paul Jackson, who was folding the kings. What did he have? What did he have? Did he have the ace? I went, no, he had king, queen off. And, oh my word. Oh my word, he pushed him off it. Yep, he did. Great play. Any news from table 10?
Table 10.
Yeah, Mr. Mercer.
700. Oh.
Just to let you know, the prize pool has hit £300,000. There are 220 players sat playing Blackpool today, and we have hit £300,000, which unfortunately improper. I wasn't thinking.
You have the unders 300.
Well, yeah. Well, Danny was drunk. Danny had just won the mini main,
1,000.
and we were just talking. When you factor in the day two buy-ins, and then you factor in the amount of people that are coming here because of the National League points, you have to add an extra 10%.
Check.
It struggled for a few years, but it's starting to get a lot better now.
So Ron flops a set, turns into a house. Kevin has now got 2 pair. We've ended up with a bet, an all-in and a call. Ron is all in for a short stack with a full house. Kev in seat number 9 calls, and a 6 or a king will win the hand, and it's a 5.
What's that? Plastic. Get myself on TV. See guys there.
Raise to 700. Pass.
No. I'll take some change off you when you get a chance. It's cold.
Take the lot off.
Good luck, sir. Good luck trying to get it. Didn't mean it.
Heads up. Check.
Not getting on that board.
So 46,000 is our chip leader. Cash table starting directly behind us. There's no side event tonight because it's Friday and very busy, and 220 runners in the main. Means all tables are full. So not a bad table for us for levels 5 and 6.
Race to 700. Plus.
A7 raised by Chris Crumley. He's a winner. As everybody gets out of the way. Fraser White, 30 bigs, done on 10,000. Kev's got 11.1. Jamie on 15,000.
That's what it is. Got to make sure our backers are all happy with our play. It's all solid.
So blinds 153, big head blind ante of 300.
Yep, definitely.
Level number 5 of the day, out of 10. Finish the live stream round between 1/4 and 1/2 midnight.
Yeah, Queen.
Race to 800. Plus.
Queens for Paul under the gun. This will be a proverbial get them all in and let's see if we can win the race.
2,200.
Kevin C number 9.
Plus.
Should be raising. Yeah, makes it 2.2. Looking at the stacks, this should be a jam and a cup.
One of the aces dead there. Passing ace 6. All in.
We're certainly not folding with 9k behind the line. So, the best race in the house. Queens against ace king.
Yeah, he's
Who wins? Does Kevin survive?
Oh,
We've got
needs the queen.
2 extra outs.
tension.
2 extra outs. Go down to a queen, a king, or an ace. A high card, please. Oh, there it
that's
is.
the queen.
Wow. Set on the river, but he's no good for Paul because he didn't need it. Wowzers, he didn't need it. Double up for 9.
Yeah, Kevin's up to 23k.
10,975.
just joining us this Friday afternoon, welcome on board. The prize pool has hit £300,000. And you can buy in all night and at the start of tomorrow.
Oh, aces.
Just the boots.
He's got a free bet as well off. Came in, was that 10-8 of hearts?
Yeah. Raise to 800, 3 bet to 22.
Looks like he's going to
4 bet to about 7.
Yes, about
58.
6.
Yeah, 58. And a snap fold.
He was dreaming of aces versus kings there.
That's just what you need in that spot.
Yusuf had that on my table before. It got it 32k in all in pre with aces versus kings.
Very nice.
Table image paid him off. Against Kev Allen, who's a good player.
Evening logs. At which point are boots jacks? Jacks are the hooks.
Walking sticks.
Or the walking sticks.
Oh, that's sevens, isn't it? The hooks.
Logs is playing the big monthly at Dundee, 60 plus 7, 5k guarantee. How many's in it at the moment, Logs? Glad you're watching the live stream while you're playing your local Grosvenor event. That's tomorrow. It is. I know aces look nothing like they don't look nothing like boots. It's what they're called, boot laces, aces, boots. That's why they're called boots.
Is that what you call them?
That's why everybody in the world calls them. Hey Warren, it's not Jay unfortunately. Jay is in his sick bed and has not been out apart from going to the walk-in centre. This is Mikey Clark's at the side of me. Mikey Clark, who won the GUKPT in Bolton in 2013. Also a 25-25 winner. Did you win the mini as well?
No, I haven't won a 25. I've only played 4, so.
Did you win the minute?
I won a mini main, yeah.
So you won the minute, you won a 20, you've not
Come
won
8th in a 25, that's as close as I got.
Final
It's like
table.
4 or 5. But I can't even win the Triple Crown for the first time because
No.
Yanis is the first person to do that, winning the mini main, 25 in the main. So
It's 800.
there's no point hunting for that anymore.
No. Yeah, Jay got up this morning and said I'm off to the doctors. So he went to the walking centre, spent 3 hours of his life waiting for a doctor to see him, and the doctor said get to bed.
Yeah,
So that was it. So we don't know on the news of Jay. Fingers crossed he'll, if it's a speedy recovery, he'll be with us tomorrow. If not, we're dragging people off the streets.
yeah, black mate.
Like he might still be here.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find someone else who's better than me.
We'll get somebody for an hour here and there and everywhere. Are you playing the side tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think past.
You didn't think that's the main?
Yeah, and I didn't last
You had
very
no
long.
plans. Which is a good way to think, to be fair.
Yeah. Try not to plan ahead. It's like someone who said if they bust this, they're going to go and play £100 tournament, and it's like he sat there with 30k. I was like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't even have that in your mind. I realised when I bust the main event, I don't want to be playing any tournaments anymore because the
To be
mind.
fair, the side event's pretty decent. 20,000 starting strike, 30-minute clock all the way through.
They are very good. It's just when you play for a few hours in the main and you bust, it's just you buy into a 250 or a 300.
It's really hard to adjust as well. You bust out.
It's hard, yeah.
You'll bust out, say at 4.8,
Or even later.
and then
you come back in at 25.
and then you come back at 25,
50 or 50-50. Yeah.
it's crazy, isn't it?
You need to be a really, really good poker player to let it go from your head. It's not a bad thing though, because you could also go into it a little bit tilting from busting at 1k and then pick up a few chips by maybe playing a bit looser than what you usually do. Jamie's shoved all in here, looks like,
Yeah.
on the river.
Liam Ben checked. Jamie jammed for 11.4. And Ben's. Why is he not stopping?
It's a great shove by Jamie. The flush he's got down on the river as well.
It has.
And
Flushing board, the straightening board. 4 kickers, not the best.
he's barreled as well. So it's a very tough call if Ben can make it.
He checked, called the flop, he checked, called the turn. And now he's facing a big jam from Jamie on the river.
It's a great move by Jamie because obviously if he raises the river, he's probably going to get snap called.
That's for count.
11,350. 11,350.
Yep, 11.4 to call. The weird thing is, if he does call and he loses, he's still got 100 bigs.
Yeah, but it's a lot of chips in it in a £1,000 tournament.
It
Like,
is.
you don't want to be letting
No, that's all.
anything
And
go.
it's a tough board.
Yeah,
Any back doors have got there.
when they get the chips set out, it's usually a call. It's, you could have 10s, kings, ace king, ace 10, ace 9. not put any pressure on with the ace-4 in any spot, so it's hard to just check call every street.
King, Queen of Diamonds, King, Jack of Diamonds.
Oh, he might.
Jamie's thinking, don't do it.
He might be passing it.
He might be passing.
I think that was.
I think the longer you think.
Yeah, I think he's. Looks like he's going to pass now. Oh.
He's not put that forward motion in. And he said,
there you go.
What a great play from Jamie.
Oh, he showed the bluff as well.
Wow. Ben is now hurting. The boss. That's why he won the passport.
I bet the next time they both get in a big hand together, Boz will have it.
Boz with a massive bluff on the river. Repping most things got there with the 9 of diamonds.
I think he's shoving into a very good player who's going to think about it a lot, and obviously he knows Boz has got the bluffs in his range, but why would he want to double him up there? Don't want to give Boz a lot of chips.
How can that mug be on the pizza table? He is one fuck. I can't take yours.
Big hand for Boz.
That just tells you take that 10 minute goal.
Take a little bit or
So Boz with the big bluff on Ben Maragets.
What's the leaderboard standard at the minute, top 5? Is Ben ahead of Chris, or is it?
It's incredible.
800 race.
The leaderboard is just bonkers. Kellett's got it locked up.
Yeah, Kellett and Mick in second now as well.
No, Mick isn't.
Yeah,
Mick's only 10 points in front of 5th. It's as tight as he can be. He's 5 from 6.
And Chris has made day 2 in the main event.
Yeah, so he's in pole position at the minute.
Yep. So.
Any 4 from those final 5, Mick Fletcher, Alex Stacker, who's in the comp today, Rouse is still in, Ben's still in, Chris has already made day 2. It is 4 players at them 5. Kelly's got it locked up. He cannot finish outside the top 5.
It's going to be a good finish.
But those, with the last events coming up, because the whole of London is part of next year's.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah.
The fight out in the biggest tournaments.
Yeah, the whole of London is part of next year's.
I think a lot of people look at this though and think, wait, maybe I can have a good chance at getting up there.
Check.
So you only have to play in your local casinos round about you, and if you've got a good chance round about July time, you might maybe start playing a bit more. And the thing is, if you're winning as well, you winning money, so then you want to be playing more, don't you? So it's a great thing for the GUKPT. It's not hurting anyone. Like, so
No.
if you buy in and like, there's a few people that are a bit negative. I don't understand why. Because was it 3% out of the prize pool? 2% out. 2% out of the prize pool. And I heard
2% out of the prize pool, and all the 2% goes straight back to the players.
Yeah, so I don't play many tournaments, and like I was sat there the other day and there was a couple of negative comments, and I went, well, why are you moaning? And they were like, well, 2%. I was like, are you gonna cash? If you don't cash, then you can't moan. If you cash and you can moan then, I guess. But you have to cash.
If you only play one event a year,
I only play 2 or 3, and like I'm not bothered. I'm quite happy to have it.
Yeah.
But it's people.
It's aimed at the people to get in there and start travelling around a little bit. It's a fantastic idea. There's nobody in the top 100 would say it's a bad idea.
What I didn't understand is the like the 2 people who are negative, like they play a lot of tournaments, and so it's good for them. Surely. It's only like, say, players like me who like, if you do cash in, it's 2% out, but you're already cashed, so you should be happy anyway. So I don't understand why anyone's negative towards it. It's a great thing there's a lot of good players up at the top where you want to see them playing a lot more and maybe given a chance to play more main events, getting a big cash, and then maybe skyrocket and become the next world champion or something.
Absolutely. You never know what could happen.
There's been a few in the past where the first big win was a GUKPT, and then
the remaining events for the league for this year, all events here apart from the 75-75 bounty on Sunday. We've got the 25-25 Edinburgh, we've got the 25-25 in Coventry, and then the Manchester and Thanet Deep Steps. There comes some travelling round. If you're 1 point behind and you've got to go to Thanet on the last weekend of the tournaments.
Yeah, it's Chris winning Leeds last week was a massive thing, and then Mick comes and wins the mini main in Blackpool. And then the side event on that night, Chris and Ben made the final table. Chris went to the final table chip leader, and
that's why
Ben just outpicked him and come 5th, I think, and Chris 6th.
Evening, Donna. Donna says, what am I missing? What are you talking about? The National League from the GUKPT that started at the beginning of this year. 2% of the prize pool went into 10 packages for players to play basically for free next year. 11,500 packages. The winner gets expenses as well. The next 4 will get a package, and then 6 to 77 then play off for 5 more packages. So there'll be 10 packages in total, worth £11,500 each. The National League current standings means one's locked it up, and there are 5 players with 4 packages available.
Not more packages now.
Well, it's going to be guaranteed 10, isn't it?
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
There might be 11, there might be 12. I'm not sure. I don't know how the money equates.
Yeah, it should be. It's going to be a good tournament down in London, because obviously they're playing off, and then the main event's just after it, innit?
Yeah.
There's a couple more tournaments, so I think it should finish in London, because it'll just give it a bit more of a boost and a bit more. A lot of people like thinking about.
I think the reason it's finishing just before London is because halfway through the first week is the actual playoff, to give everybody a chance to get down who's in the top 77 to make arrangements to get down to London. So they've got probably a full, I think it's 10 days that they've got to get themselves down there, or it's the following weekend, I think. It's the following Saturday of the final. So you'll give them like a full week to make arrangements. I still think there'll be players that don't turn up.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be 72 playing
I
off.
think there'll only be a couple of to get that high up, they must have played a few.
Yeah. But all will be revealed in the next 2 weeks, and by the time we get down to London to work the GUKPT Grand Final, we'll know who will have all the packages. Ian Bryan has already confirmed they're doing it again next year, and the start of 2020 National League will be the Grand Final.
I think there was talks of it doing it a few years ago, weren't there? But they were just trying to work out the details of how it was going to go. I think at the start of the year they had a couple of hiccups, but now I think they've got everything done now. So it's should be good from now.
Do I remember, Log says, do I remember Fan Zone on Sky Sports? Yes, I do. Some quality commentary.
That was the best commentary ever.
Some quality commentary. He's going to score. Oh, yeah! There were no commentary involved.
Yeah, and then it's, at the minute though, it's a bit like Fan Zone when Liverpool play United with Carragher and Neville, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's true.
So they bring in a little bit of that into play.
Didn't they do a Fan Zone? One of the most famous Fan Zones was when they did a celebrity one, wasn't it?
No, I don't know.
The celebrity one with him who does the chase. What's his name?
I'm not sure.
The presenter of the chase.
Oh, Bradley Walsh.
Yeah, Bradley Walsh. And it was Arsenal against. It was the FA Cup final. And whoever, I can't remember who the other guy was, he says, "Oh, it's all right, it's only Ray Parlour," and he smashed it in from 35 yards. In the FA Cup final.
It was fun to watch actually. When you're watching a game and you've got two fans commentating.
It was fun to watch.
Brings a bit of difference to commentary. Oh.
Yeah. What are they playing?
Freeway to the flop, ace nines, flop to flush draw. Yeah. Ronald bet 700 free. He's going to see bet. Looks like 1150. 1200. Ace Queen, who just limped free, just folded. Eight's caught. Can't be the 8 of diamonds on the turn anyway.
Two of clubs.
It's good for the pocket eights. If he's calling on the flop, he's got to think he's still ahead on the turn.
So a check call on the. No, just check. Three card for the flush draw. Oh, misses.
I think Paul
will be happy.
Paul takes down the pot.
Yeah. Who's in the comms box with me? That's Mikey Clark, GUKPT winner 2013, because Jay's on his sick bed. Mikey just wandering around, unfortunately bust out the main event, so we've got Mikey for an hour. He comes and chills out after busting out the biggest event in Blackpool. And we have reached £300,000 in the prize pool. We'll be over that now, to be fair. Just the 307. £307,000, which means today's total in Blackpool is 227 and counting.
Tower and that has to do any of these announcements when they're on the.
Yeah, a lot of characters that I've not seen for a lot of years playing this tour. It's good to see people going away from the game and then coming back. Still characters as well. It's always the best tournament for me every year. Never cashed in it.
Never
Not cashed in it. No.
Not Blackpool.
Not yet. Maybe in maybe 10 more years. I'm not sure how many times I've played it, to be fair.
Well, the GUKPT is back exactly the same week next year for Blackpool. Starts on the 1st till the 8th of November next year. It's already down there if you want to check the details. GUKPT.com for all the details of next season's dates. They are all there. They're already announced.
I think it's a great festival of Blackpool, just to come even if you're playing a side event, because you get a lot of runners every side event.
Even the side event that has not been running on the Wednesday, where most of the clubs have just had a satellite on. 102 in the side event here on a Wednesday. You won't get that anywhere else, not anywhere.
Yeah, I was going to come down, but I was too tired after work. So
Concentrating on the
I was
main.
thinking about the main. But yeah, the side events get a lot of runners, and like even if you're just playing the one side event, I think you'll get a bit more for your money, because like the play is like the play is obviously very high standard, but also a lot of people enjoy themselves when they come to Blackpool.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of big cash games, like smaller cash games, but there's loads of players just having fun. It seems like a different atmosphere when you come to Blackpool, instead of like, I don't know, it seems a bit more serious when you go over venues.
It does.
It's like a
You
holiday venue.
You don't get a DC game running at 10 a.m.
No,
anywhere else in the country.
No.
People walk into the casino and run into the casino to lock up a seat. It's 10 a.m.
Check.
Is that an open-ended straight flush draw?
Open-ended straight flush and a 2-pair.
Chance of a royal for Chris.
Bet 1400.
I think Fraser bet there.
There's 2-pair for Ron. And Fraser's opened absolute airballing.
1400. I think Ron's re-raised to 41, or is it 31? Or 32?
Ron makes it 42.
42. And then Chris is in a bit of a tough spot, I think.
This could be a proper tough spot.
Just gets it in.
Yeah. And then Fraser's just
I don't think
happily going to get out of the way.
He's got backdoor straight draw.
Happily get out of the way, and Ron calls with the top two. So we have a royal flush redraw.
Have we seen a royal flush on the stream before?
I don't think we have, actually. I've seen a
these
flop
tables.
one years ago in the Vic. Roland de Wolf. Lots of royaling clubs. And we were walking around. That was back in the AWOP days. That's how long ago that is. So Chris,
got a queen of diamonds on the turn.
yeah,
That'd be great.
give us the board.
Ah,
So clubs and the 3 clubs. How? Wow! You don't get much drier than that for the Queen tennis bids. 2 clubs, 3 clubs.
Chris is down to 4k, and he's gonna have a tough battle getting it back up now.
The 2-3.
Yeah, I had ace-4, I would have won.
The 2-3.
No sweat, straight out, 2-3.
Unbelievable.
That's pretty flop.
Chris is thinking, how do we even miss?
Blinds are up. 200, 400. 400, big blind. Big blind, let's go.
So good evening, wherever you're watching on either platform, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the GUKPT website. Good evening, one and all. Myself, the Tower, and Mikey Clark in the comms. Mike is unfortunately bust, and Jay is unfortunately in bed. Ill.
Get well soon, Jay. I think he'll probably be watching, won't he? Or
I'm hoping he's asleep.
Either asleep or
I'm
watching.
hoping he's asleep and trying to get himself better. One thing I don't want is reports that he's in Mark Kelly's.
Get back tomorrow night. Good.
Yeah, day 2 obviously a big one, and then the final on Sunday. Still relatively short as a chip leader, to be fair, 41,000. We're on level number 6.
It has been a pretty active table though.
Yeah.
So it's,
On level number 6, and we've only doubled as starting stack as chip lead. It's not big.
especially when I was three levels ago, like Yusuf had about 75k on my table.
Yesterday on level number 2 we had Teddy Jordan on the table. So we had a chip lead of 75,000. When the table came for the start of level number 7, the chip lead was 39. Just shows you, doesn't it? Just shows you, you get characters on the table that you know are going to gamble.
I love playing against Terry.
I think it's impossible to know where you are, isn't it, at any time?
Yeah, but I think, you know, it brings the. I think a lot of people gamble more on the table, so maybe not. Even if he's on your table, it might not be him that you win in the big pots against.
Yeah.
Because I think they open the play up a little bit, don't they, when he's on the table? It's like Ali Malou as well. It's like, yeah, he does get a lot of chips, but I think a lot of people loosen up when they play against him, which is also good for him, not just them.
That's true.
I think the same when I play against some people. Like they loosen up when they play against me, and gives me a chance to win a lot of chips, but also they can win a lot of chips off me.
Yeah, when they work out the players as active and always got chips in play at any time, and all the chips are in play.
I think even the tower loosens up against me.
Yeah.
I think once he called him a king.
I play ace queen sometimes. So level number 6 of the day, £307,000 in the prize pool.
$1,200.
What is very good about this picture, you can't see Dave in this picture.
Yeah, you can now.
Oh,
there he is.
Picking his nose.
There he is.
There we go. Paul raises 1,200. Chris, has he shoved all in? All in for Chris. Ace 8 of diamonds.
It's final. What was he?
Right, pass.
It's final 3.7. Is Ron out there?
I think Ron called, and then obviously Chris shoved, and then Paul's re-shoved.
Yeah. So Queen 9, the sixes do get out of the way. Chris needs to dodge. Queen's 9 spades for the start. That'll do. That helps.
Nice flop.
That helps.
Diamond on the turn would be a nice card for Chris.
Wow, we've got jacks to avoid now. And Queen and 9 or a jack. It's a 9 on the river. It was a Queen, a 9 or a jack.
Chris gets eliminated.
Unlucky, Chris.
He's a very good player to watch.
All right. Table 17, I can't believe it. Is somebody going to film it and everything?
Chris is a very good player. It's a shame to see him get eliminated. Especially when he has a lot of chips. He gets plays some great hands. Jake's just messaged me saying, do I loosen up against him? I was saying, Jake, I was saying people loosen up against me, but if you're at the table, Jake, yes, I definitely loosen up. If it's possible.
They do soon find out that Mikey's got a VPIP above 50%.
Yeah.
That's what they soon realise when they play with Mikey Clark.
I think he's only saying that because I wanted to call him with 5-3 of diamonds the other day when he had kings. If I seen that he had kings before it, I might have even called it. So raising a call pre-flop, raising a call on the turn, raises flop middle pair.
Check. Check.
Brings out a spade, check. And the river brings, looks like another 3 of clubs. Fraser check. Fraser takes down the pot. 2 pair 9s and 7s.
I've got to go over to table 17 soon because I owe Danny earning £5
Oh no.
and they reckon they're going to FaceTime it. The handover. I don't know why.
I think you should ring in sick.
Jay, are you well? Oh God. I don't even know why I went under 300. Because I was sat talking to... What was I talking to
I thought you said he was drinking.
I know. I think it was Mark Evans I was talking to. He says, what's your figures for today, well, for this week? I said, well, to be fair, it was 300... That's when I went wrong to start with. I said it was 284 last year, and it wasn't. It was 304. And I thought, well, it's been adding around 10% for the National League. Well, you can add the Saturday buy-ins as well, which is probably 6 to 10, and then 10% total. So you're looking at 330 as a benchmark normally. And then he went, I'll put the line at 300. I went, yeah, I'll go under. And he went, what? I said, yeah, all right, I'll take that. I'm like, okay. Anyway.
Silly.
Anyway. CCTV, James Roberts says, how's the poker going, Mikey? Are you still playing much? He bust out.
Not today.
To be fair, he did have a bit of a cooler with Queens against Kings.
Yeah.
You lose half your stack with Queens on a 5-high flop or something.
Yeah, 5-5-2 flop, and someone's disguised the hand very good. Luckily, I didn't value bet the river, otherwise I would have lost a lot more chips. And then I just didn't hit anything or see anything. It was pretty hard. It was a pretty hard table. I had Yusuf on my table, who always puts the pressure on. It's like it's not great for me when I've got no chips because he sticks me in, and there's not many players you play in £1,000 tournament who sticks in like 15 bigs.
Yeah.
It's like it's very tough to see flops when you've raised and he just sticks you in, and chips just went down, and I don't know. We'll go again next year.
Oh, you played before then?
Yeah, I was looking at playing a lot, maybe playing a few online to get into London, because you got the 6 max 500 and you got the 220 heads up, which I always fancy myself playing heads up. So I'll look at playing them two, and also the 25 series. I've got 2 weeks off in London, so it's a great time if I can get down there, make a day 2 or something. Then we'll see how it goes.
That would be nice.
Yeah. But
see what happens.
Yeah. Is James playing much?
I thought James might have been in this week. I've not seen James in the. Saying that I can't see anything. We're trying to be blocked off and caged into this week.
What is good to see is James Jones, the Nuggler.
Oh yeah.
It's the first time he's played it. He's won a seat about every year probably.
And sold it on.
Sold it every time. He doesn't rate himself as a player to play these tournaments, I don't think. So he sells it.
If you win a seat on a regular basis in satellite, surely you've got a game about you.
I did spew off a few chips on his 13 left and a satellite to him. It was like I played so well, and then not a spew, but to him it's a spew. But yeah, it's great to see him playing, because I'd like to see him do very well.
Is it obviously still in at the moment?
Yeah, he's a very nice local guy who's he's very honest with how he is about a poker player, and he's a winning player, and he doesn't say anything about it. Just quite happily takes money, and so it'll be good to see if he makes a deep run, because I think he has the game.
If he does have a deep run, he'll think twice about selling his next satellite wins.
Yeah. It'd be great to see.
Check.
Sean picked up a flush draw on a turn here. He's bet 2,500. Blackpool. It looks like it's 9.
9 of hearts on the river after a call from Ben.
I think probably goes check on her check by Ben. Yeah, he's got showdown value with the 9. So, but Ben seems to be playing very conservative and just picking up chips.
I think that hand with Boz is still in his head.
Yeah, but he didn't play the hand bad, and obviously Boz has just made a great move on him. He's picking up chips by just letting his opponent bet. If that was Monday night, I think Sean hits the flush there. No, he's my arch nemesis. I cannot win a pot against the guy. So I've decided not to even play a hand, even if I got aces. Consider passing. I hope he does well though, Sean. It's a good river card for him because he probably bluffs most rivers there.
One thing about Sean is if you need a lift home, it won't be free.
Alright, so Kevin's got 7s, should be raising. 1,050. Oh, Fraser. That's just a call by Fraser. That's all. Jamie's got a spot here. Is that all in? Yep.
Boz is in.
It's all in.
Fraser's calling.
Was that a raise by Boz? Like
yeah, the lot's in, the triangle's in.
There's a triangle in there. It's all in by Boz. Oh!
Wow.
It's a weird spot here though.
It is a weird spot for the hooks, but it is only 14.4.
Yeah, it's 35 bigs. Oh, he stuck it
2 all-ins. Now, can Fraser get out of the way?
Yeah, Fraser gets out of the way easy.
Fraser can find a better spot. The 7s get out of the way as well.
Boz he's got the heart flush draw as well.
He's in bad shape. In bad shape is Boz. He's got pocket 8s. He's against the jacks. Ace jack's been folded, 7's been folded. Could have been 4-way action.
Hopefully we can see a nice juicy flop. No.
King 9-5.
8 and 8 only.
Yeah.
Or a 6 or a 7 on the
6,
turn.
7 or 8 would be needed. That's not it. Now we're down to an 8.
8 only. Oh, close.
It's the 6. Boz, who doubled up off Ben. Ben gets it all in. And unfortunately, Boz has hit the rail. The passport winner from last year comes back to Blackpool. I'm guessing we'll see him down at the grand final as well, if he doesn't re-enter the tournament that has at the moment hit over 300,000 and currently stands at £312,000. Today's runners 232.
You can't even win the roulette thing. You got it. Do you lose all your chips straight away?
Raise 1200.
Tenner. Come on. Win that. That's what I mean. It was like I don't got us. I got
The best place for kids. Been given high stakes cash game. Why would you do that? You gonna go mental? Please, mate. You fucking give me anxiety, man. Honestly. Oh, that's all right. Cool. Heads up. Check.
Can you message James if Nuglet gets on to feature table? He's got a nip out. That means he'll be watching on Facebook while he's out. No problem. If he does manage to get on the feature table, we will let you know.
If he does get on the feature table, he'll probably pass.
And wherever you're going, make sure they've got the live stream on somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
They watch it on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube and GUKPT website and anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. You'll find out who the next feature table is soon anyway.
Yeah.
I think the break's coming up soon.
It is live, yep. We're on about 6-7 minutes live.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's okay.
Is he still watching now, or is he?
Raise 1,000. Raise 5.5.
Seed open 27, I think that'll be cash. Plenty of cash action going on here, that is for sure. Bit of a rumpus going on earlier.
Nice.
Unfortunately for us, we're actually commentating in the cash area, but at the moment, not too much shouting and swearing going on, which is good for us. Well, we need to calm these poker players down every now and again. Thanks to Mikey Clark for jumping in the comms while Jay is in his sick bed.
That's exactly what was happening.
We have a new player coming to the table for the last half an hour of this session.
David, I didn't know there was something else. Okay, thanks, mate. Raise number. Heads up.
So heads up to the flop.
Check. Check.
Check, check. King on the turn. So we'll both have a piece now. Kev might call. We're going to call from Sean.
Can't wait for the table for one. I noticed, I just saw that. There you go. Cool. You want to make man another drink?
The Queen hits the river.
Check.
Well, Sean's going to try and nick this.
3,000.
Better 3,000. What?
I know.
The nuglet is out after Kevin called the river of the Ace. I'm not sure if you need to text James, I'm not sure if he's still washing. James Roberts, the nuglet is out.
Yeah. James Jones.
James Jones, yeah, the nuglet, James Jones. True story. Stephen Moss says, think Jay's telling you a few porkies, he's just seen him going into funny girls. If only funny girls was still open.
It's not open anymore, no?
It's out of season, baby.
Alright.
It's out of season. Most of Blackpool is. But it is the Northern Soul weekend this weekend in Blackpool.
Oh.
If you like a bit of dancing and cavorting.
That's what you do, love.
The old people.
The old people.
The old people, the Northern Soulers.
Oh, there's a phrase of shove there. I'm just seeing Steve Warburton just
Good.
come into the building.
Coming into the building. Oh yeah, made day 2 yesterday.
Yeah,
didn't
how many chips do you have?
he?
What,
Made day 2.
50k or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, he said, I've already said hello to you. I said, yeah, that was about 4 days ago. He said, that's enough. Middy's just come in as well. He's got
Second in
100,
chips.
yeah, 150k. Brings the top players to this Blackpool tournament.
Sure does.
The Middy won it, what, 4 years ago, was it?
Middy the man.
That was a final table to see, was it Tom Hall, Middy, Kellett, and
That was the one they chopped, didn't they?
Jeff Kimber was there as well.
Yeah. That was the one they chopped.
Yeah, it was just a shame they couldn't just play it out. It would have been
I think they just realised it was too much of a flip knowing how good the players were. That was... that's what that one was all about.
yeah. Oh, look at this. Re-raised to 3k by Jonas. Bet of 7 by Ben, a call by 7 by Sean. Check the flop as well. So Jonas takes it down with a flush.
Mark Physic, the fizz bomb, lost with aces and kings back to back.
Is he in the main event today?
Yeah, to hit the showers. So I'm going to call into Colin's box, but he might have been using the bleeping machine a little bit too much. Unlucky fizz, aces and kings back to back. Very unlucky.
I know. Too old.
I feel like I should stand up to see who's coming out while they're all going on a break. See if I can see anybody I know. No, no. Oh, see, the people you can drag in when you wander, and you give them the sob story. You give him the sob story that Jay's on his deathbed and he can't get into work. We have to pull in this new player. Might be good in his time. What's your name, sir?
Bob.
Bob, commonly known as Joe Beavers.
Do you know what? I'll tell you something, Phil. They play so good these days. I'm going to give up playing poker for a living and start playing roulette. I've got a better chance. They're playing so good on my table.
They did a fabulous promotion here this week. £10 game of roulette. You got 300 chips or £300 pretend to throw in. They guaranteed one seat into the main event, and somebody got a main event seat for a tenner by getting the most amount of chips on a roulette, on an AR machine. It was a great idea. It was fabulous.
Sounds complicated, but it sounds fun.
Well, you put it all on zero, and if it comes in, you can't lose. It was good. So how's the tournament going for you, sir?
I'm all right. I got 40,000. Getting lucky.
I wouldn't have expected you saying 80.
I've been getting lucky a little bit. Whose are these gingerbread matchmakers? Can you save me some? We
actually got them brought in this morning by the is it Cara, the massage girl from the
when you open
Casino
them,
Angels.
can you save me some? Because I love gingerbread matchmakers. They're my
Gingerbread
favourite.
matchmakers. I've
They're
never
my
heard of
favourite.
them.
They're my favourite.
They were brought in this morning.
But yeah, they play so good these days, Phil.
I think they were brought in for Jay and he's not turned up. So
where is he?
He's in bed.
What's her name?
I wish it was. I wish he had an excuse. He went downhill last night and ended up at the walk-in centre in Blackpool this morning.
Oh my goodness.
So he's not doing very well.
Oh, we got a little pot in progress here. Sean under the gun with the 10s, makes it 1.7. And Kim,
who's not been too active
middle
on this
position-ish,
table.
pocket jacks. Can see a little 3-bet here. Makes it 5,000 maybe.
All in.
All in with the jacks.
Go back round to Sean in a minute.
He's just called. He's called. He's just called with the jacks.
Well, he's just called. Said he's not been too aggressive.
Well, this might entice Paul off a 51,000 stack to put 1,700 in.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it's done.
If there's a 3-bet here, you lose the ace-4. Maybe Kim doesn't want to get into a race at this stage. He's still got, you know, big stack, big starting stack.
Yeah, he has played pretty solid. Ace on the flop. Is that ace?
What's the picture? What's the picture?
Yeah, it looks like it's a king. We're just going to catch up and get Todd out of the way and Ben out of the way, and we're going to see a flop. Ace king 5.
Yeah, he's let him in round the back with the ace, and Paul's now going to win this.
Worst flop you can ever see for 10s and jacks.
Well, this is why people like to protect, like to play a little bit cagey with their jacks.
Yeah.
You know, people see jacks as very vulnerable. It's odds on that an ace, a king, or a queen's going to flop. You know, take a flop, see if you can flop a jack or a low flop, and then proceed. But had he 3-bet, he'd have been, he'd have taken the control of that pot, and he'd either have won it pre-flop or he'd have won it with a continuation bet on the flop. So by not 3-betting, he's lost 1,700 as opposed to picking up 4,000. But like I say, jacks can be tricky. It's one of those hands that people always say they don't particularly like them.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do, whether to raise, whether to call, whether to play it as a small pair or a big pair. What is it? Is it a big pair or a small pair, jacks? It's hard work to play jacks properly and profitably. Do you know what? Talking about Jay Harwood told me something that I found very, very interesting, okay? And it's to do with pocket jacks. And I'm not really into all the poker tracker stuff. I have used a tracker in the past, I don't use one now. And I've never been one to analyse lots of hands. But Jay told me that if you play 100,000 hands, and then you look at the number of times you've played profit jacks, and the number of times you've played ace king, which one is more profitable? Right? The ace king is so much more profitable than 2 jacks. It's like not even close. And that tells you why jacks are so hard to play and ace king is so much easier to play. And people don't like, a lot of people, they complain about ace king. So yes, over 100,000 hands, ace king, when you play your ace kings, you will win a lot more money than when you play with your jacks. And I didn't realise it was such a difference. So something I learned from our absent friend today.
Yeah. The Saxo Bomb watching on Twitch. Hello, Kelly.
Hey Kelly, how are you?
The Saxo Bomb can't make Blackpool again. Well, the 310 players have so far. And
what was last year? What was it last year?
304.
Oh wow, smashed it.
There's going to be 10 buy-ins tomorrow.
Is that how many? Because you can buy them at the start of day 2. How many big blinds is that?
16.
16 bigs.
Yeah.
So that means if I've got 40,000, so if I lock it up now, I'm going to come back with 32,000. That'll do. I'm going to go and see if I can hang on to my stack. Right, Phil, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers, buddy.
I need to disappear for a
Thanks
little bit.
Go get yourself a coffee.
If I see Jay, I'll send him in. And remember, save me a gingerbread matchmaker.
Certainly will. Cheers, boys. Fraser and also Joe Beavers just nipping in on their break. Good evening, Kelly. Good to have you in the chat box. You can't make Blackpool again. Hope to see you very soon whenever you're playing poker. But at the moment, it's the live stream only for you. And hello from Poland, says David. David from Poland, good evening. How cold is it in Poland at the moment? Or is it just wet like the UK?
We will be starting in 15. We have to set 3 minutes on the break. 3 minutes left, if there is 3 minutes on the break,
Apparently we're due some snow. Well, I tell you what, all my family live back over in Rotherham, South Yorkshire. And yesterday, all my family were all in the same WhatsApp group, as you can, just text random rubbish forever and whenever. The pictures coming out of Rotherham and South Yorkshire and Sheffield and Barnsley yesterday were absolutely incredible. The rain, the floods, the River Don burst its bank, the M1 was flooded. The whole of a town, little town place called Parkgate was completely underwater. Big Spin Centre, Meadow Hall was evacuated. It was incredible. So all my friends and family were all wading through mud-filled streets yesterday. It was terrible. But if it does snow, then it's obviously going to get colder as well. So how cold is Poland at the moment? Flop of ace, king, queen. Top pair for Paul. 2 pair for Ron in seat number 5. Nice cement on the hand for Paul after turning the ace, but it's checked again. Oh wow, it's going to check again. Well, where's the bets? All right, there were 4 hearts by the end. Shane Norman, good evening. How many have we ended up with after late reg? Late reg goes on through until tomorrow morning, so you can buy in all the way through till the end of today. You can buy into the start of day 2, but at the moment there are 310 players in the main event. And whoever's just blown strawberry and caramel flavoured vape into my commentary box, can you not do it again? Because it's awful.
Raise 11.
Dealers players in the event, you'll need line all small line 250, big line 500, big line 500, 250, 500, 500.
So the numbers have increased. It is incredible. It could end up being the biggest ever leg in Blackpool. The first leg in Blackpool in 2007 had 353 runners. We could potentially beat it today. Robbie on Twitch. Good evening, Phil. Saw the IPO stream whilst in Malta. Another good session. Well done to you and your team. Only back from Malta on Wednesday, so no Blackpool this year. All the best for the rest of the GUKPT. Thanks a lot, Robbie. Malta was fabulous. The IPO was exceptional as well. And now this is gearing up to be the biggest Blackpool GUKPT ever. 324 runners so far. 324. We'll try and find out how many Mr. Kellett's got. Kellett Kingdom. Looks like he's locked himself up the diamond package. Good to have you on board, Matt. Hope you're well. No side event today on the GUKPT circuit. No side event today because the main event is just bonkers.
Yeah. Your wish is my command.
Yeah, Steve Burns says, have you seen the photo of the Rotherham Central train station today? Yep, the train station completely underwater. The River Don burst its banks. Meadowhall Shopping Centre, the biggest shopping centre in Europe when it was built, was evacuated, flooded. There was water gushing down the M1. The M1 was closed. Horrendous. Horrendous. And I know it was an unprecedented amount of rain. But when you don't dredge the rivers and when the roadside drains are completely blocked and the water's got nowhere to go, there's only one thing that's ever going to happen. And unfortunately, it's called flooding. Does the feature table change after the break? Yes, it does. It changes every 2 levels for a brand new table. So we'll have a new list, new players. We'll have a new drink.
17.
Has a leg ever been cancelled due to flooding? The leg's never been cancelled ever. We were very close in Manchester 2 years ago when there was 6 foot of snow everywhere. The M62 was closed due to snow. The A1 was closed due to snow. The M6 was closed due to snow. The Teesiders and the Geordies came down and it took 11 hours to get to the casino. The morning of Friday morning, the final buying day, Manchester was completely clear. It was bizarre. And they thought about changing the guarantee, they thought about changing the flight, they thought about pausing the tournament. They didn't do any of that. And the numbers were fantastic. Because once you got to Manchester, there was no snow. It was bizarre. I remember filming in Newcastle one year, back in the day when we used to drive home on a night time. Just come back to that because Fraser's all in at the moment. Fraser is all in at the moment. Fraser's got King Queen. His short stack is all in. Unfortunately, he's running into Ace Queen from Jonas. Fraser needs a bit of help from the dealer, and that's not it. We're now looking at running jacks and 10s. No, that is it. Dead on the flop, dead on the turn. Fraser McIntyre will be re-entering at the break. Fraser Mac has gone. But yeah, I do remember we were driving home one year from where we were filming, somewhere in Scotland, and we ended up on one lane I think it must have been the M6. And I remember nearly not getting home because the snow was so bad, and we were on one lane on the motorway, and it was really bad. And I mean, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and me, James Roberts, and it might have just been us two in the car. So it must have been the early stages of AWOP back in 2007, 2008. And it was bonkers. And we actually nearly didn't get home because the snow was so bad, nearly got stuck. But we made it through. And but no, we've never had a cancellation. We've been close, but we've never had a cancellation. Thankfully. So apparently Donna says snow is forecast in the region. It's coming soon.
3,600.
And then she says it rains more in June than it does in November, which is also true. Heading towards the break, around about 6 minutes time. It'll be time to get water and tea and honey and lemon.
Go.
And then back for more of the same. The levels 7 and 8.
Check. Check.
So we're heading towards the end of this session.